My name is Chris Montero. I'm the general manager and executive chef of the Napoleon House Bar and Restaurant. The Napoleon House is many things. It is an iconic, old, historic bar and restaurant that features wonderful local cuisine, heavily influenced by our Italian heritage here in New Orleans. But it's also just as famous for being a small, historic bar where we feature Pimm's Cups cocktails. Allegedly, Uncle Joe, Giuseppe Impastato, the gentleman who originally created the bar and restaurant in the early 1900s, was not fond of high alcoholic beverages. He liked wine and approved of beer, but he thought that whiskey was a little unsophisticated. So he was familiar with a drink in London that was very popular, he being an immigrant from Italy, virtually unknown in the States, right, at this time, and thought it was a perfect cocktail because it's light and refreshing, and in England it's sold in the summertime. What a perfect drink to introduce to this city and this climate. It took off. The restaurant is famous for a particular sandwich that's well known here in New Orleans called the muffaletta. We are a casual eatery, popular with locals and many, many tourists, that features those things. The Napoleon House is not just a bar and a restaurant, right? It's a very significant historic entity. The building itself dates back over 225 years. Its origins were with the first elected mayor to the city of New Orleans, a French expatriate by the name of Nicolas Giraud. Here in New Orleans, we pronounce it Girard. The room we're sitting in now is the original apartment of Mayor Nicolas Giraud that dates back to 1812. The Napoleon House legend is a little more romantic folklore. After the Battle of New Orleans, Mayor Girard was associated loosely with Napoleon Bonaparte in France, and a bunch of other circumstantial evidence caused the locals here in the city, the local French Creoles, after Napoleon was exiled to the island of St. Helena, to start to speculate the reason that Mayor Girard was adding these wonderful embellishments to this apartment in the French Quarter was obviously he was going to team with Jean Lafitte and Dominique You, our famous pirates here in the city of that era, and rescue Napoleon and offer him this building as a place of refuge for the rest of his life. And then at the height of that rumor in the city, Napoleon Bonaparte died in exile in 1821. Within 2 years of his death, virtually everyone in the city of New Orleans referred to this building as the Napoleon House. As for my involvement with the Napoleon House Bar and Restaurant, I am a long-time employee of the Ralph Brennan Restaurant Group. Many years transpired when we had an opportunity to become involved with the Napoleon House Bar and Restaurant, which was owned by one family at this point for 102 years. And this family, the Impastatos, reached out to Ralph Brennan in early 2015 and asked would we be interested in taking over their family legacy, the iconic Napoleon House, which we're all very familiar with in this industry. And Ralph didn't hesitate, said he would love to. One of the first calls he made was to me, being a long-term employee, and wanted to know if I'd be interested in managing and running the Napoleon House Restaurant. I immediately said yes. The Napoleon House has always been a popular bar and restaurant from the day we were here, and that's never been a problem, attracting guests to come to our bar and our restaurant downstairs.